The audit opinion is arguably the most important outcome from the audit process. If the opinion is incorrect, users of financial statements are likely to lose significant money if they place reliance on the opinion when making decisions. So it cannot be stressed enough that arriving at the correct opinion is imperative. There are 4 types of audit opinions. It is important to note that when we refer to audit opinion, we are only referring to one element of the audit report and not the entire audit report. The first type of opinion is provided in ISO 700 and is the standard unmodified opinion. This is the best opinion that can be provided. The remaining 3 opinions are modifications to the standard ISO 700 audit opinion, and so it is not a good thing since it indicates that there are issues with the financial statements. The extent of those issues, or how bad those issues are, would be reflected by the type of modification to the audit opinion. The 3 types of modified opinions are qualified opinions, adverse opinions, and a disclaimer of opinion. The challenge is to determine which of the 3 modified opinions would be applicable in a given situation. In order to determine this, you must be familiar with the words material and pervasive. An issue would be considered material if it affects users' decisions. Pervasive refers to something that is widespread or prevalent throughout the entire set of financial statements. That is, the issue cannot be contained to a specific account or component of the financial statements. For example, a drop of color added to a glass of water would be pervasive since it cannot be contained to a specific section or part, but rather would be widespread and would affect the color of the entire glass of water. Now let's use the decision tree to work out the appropriate audit opinion. The first thing we need to do is ask if the issue or issues would materially affect fair presentation of the financial statements. If the answer is no, then the appropriate opinion would be an unqualified opinion. However, if the issues do materially affect fair presentation, then the auditor would need to modify the audit opinion. But remember that there are 3 types of modified opinions, and so to determine the appropriate one, we have to determine if the issues are pervasive. If the issue is material but not pervasive, then the appropriate opinion would be a qualified opinion. If the issue is both material and pervasive, then the appropriate opinion would either be an adverse opinion or a disclaimer of opinion. So we need to ask ourselves a further question. That is the issue caused by a disagreement between management and the auditor, or is it caused due to a limitation of scope? If the issue is due to a disagreement, the appropriate opinion would be an adverse opinion. However, if the issue is due to a limitation of scope, the appropriate opinion would be a disclaimer of opinion. To recap, there are 4 types of audit opinions. The best opinion would be an unqualified opinion. Any changes to this would be considered a modified opinion. There are 3 types of modified opinions, namely qualified opinion, adverse opinion, and a disclaimer of opinion.